G'day guys, I'm really grateful you're here. Today I'm going to be sharing what activities my 18-month-old son gets up to in a day, what toys he plays with, what books he reads. If you want to see what I did with my daughter as a first child, I'll leave that linked below because it is certainly different now. With two, I don't do as many activities, I would say. So at the moment it's Advent here, and so each day he has been stamping one dot on this Advent tree that I made for him, and then afterwards we end up doing a lot of dotting, and this is massive for him. He does not normally sit still this long, and even now he kind of comes and goes a little bit. And I am working with him on his hand grasp and how he's grasping this dot marker.
Try it like this.
And I am guiding him a little bit with how to hold the marker, but in the end he's just doing what he wants and he's having a great time dotting. Next up is this dump truck. My brother gave it to him last Christmas for his first Christmas, and it came with 3 little balls which he absolutely loves and has loved them for so long. He loves throwing them around the house, and because they're so bouncy, they're super bouncy, they're really that cause and effect. He throws it, it's a big bounce and it makes a nice noise. He's just started with this dump truck using a ribbon to pull it around with him, and he'll go outside dragging along his little dump truck. Since my last video at 17 months, I've bought this bookcase. It's a 5-tier case and it just helps to display the books. I wanted to have more available. So with 2 kids, I really wanted to be able to separate the books, down the bottom having board books, lift the flat books, cloth books, then up the top having paper books and stories available for my 3-year-old. At the moment, his favourites are lift the flat books. So he's reading Dear Zoo, Where's Mr. Dog, and that's an IKEA cloth book.
Hi, Thomas. What's your name? Thomas. What's your name? Pivot. What's your name, Ma? It's Chloe. Now, what's your name? Sophie. Can we have a picnic? No, there's no picnics here.
Then I have posting activities set up in his room as well as in the playroom. So here he's posting coloured craft sticks just into a Voss bottle, as well as these pegs. I also in the playroom have cards that he can post into yogurt containers, which he does later on in the day. And then he'll also put cars in containers as well. Another big part of our day and a responsibility that he has really taken on his own is emptying the washing machine. So he will get in there, empty as much as he wants. Some days he does the whole lot, sometimes he just does a little bit. And then my 3-year-old will help to clip the little items onto a little octopus that we've got from IKEA. So they all have their part in our daily chores. The next toy he's been playing with heaps in the last month is this trike. We've had it for 3 years. I think it was like $15. Push it as fast as he can from the playroom to the front room, and then he'll sit on it and pedal along as he can. That's something that he's really started enjoying this month, actually sitting on it and pedaling himself around. He likes to go down the step from inside to outside. He likes the challenge of that. And if there's like cardboard box just flat out in the garden, he'll pedal over that as well. Then the next activity I set up in the afternoon, I use these activities as I need to. I don't always do activities, but sometimes you just need to reset the play, don't you?
Stays in the tray.
Stays in the tray and it goes away.
So this one I was using chickpea juice because we'd used chickpeas for dinner. So I tried to mix it up so it became a bit of a foam. It wasn't actually working that well today. So I just added some water, and then he was trying to drink that. So I ended up just tipping it all out and putting in just plain water, and he was scooping. and pouring. And at the same time, this was an activity his 3-year-old sister could do. And we had some plastic snakes there. She was feeding those. The reason I went with snakes with her is because if he did grab them, it makes it easier for me to supervise. We have bugs, little bugs in that same collection, but I just don't do that. It's just a choking hazard, especially with 2 kids. I just needed the safer option. So we've been tending to play with these snakes because they're long enough that I can see where they are. And then after that, went into the playroom for a little bit, and here he is doing some posting with the Uno cards that I mentioned earlier. And we're still using the pickler heaps. He loves climbing up and down that. He especially likes climbing up the slide and then sliding down it, as well as he does enjoy even just climbing up the climbing frame as well. So we've had that for a few months now, and we're just so grateful. So this has been fantastic. But I do want to say, if you don't have the pickler, with our daughter, we just borrowed one of these slides. I'll put it on the screen from the toy library, but I know in the shops they have them as well. And then here he is throwing balls. He is in the trajectory play schema. So basically a schema is a repeated pattern of play that the kids are using to kind of explore certain things and develop and learn. So he really loves throwing things. So I try and kind of foster that towards throwing balls instead of throwing other items like blocks or drink bottles. We try and throw balls, so he does a lot of ball throwing. I am planning to do a whole video on schemas because they are so important for setting up activities for your kids. Same with the trajectories, watching water. So that's why he's really into pouring, because he likes to watch where water's going. So for instance, he's just started getting into the kitchen tap when I'm there. And so he will turn the tap on and the water will come out, and he'll turn it off again. He loves turning it on and off. That's all part of his development. That's what he's learning at the moment. So he has to keep repeating those behaviors. And if I can, I do try to have the kids involved in the cleanup as well. Well, he's just taken the initiative here and dumped all the water and brought the tray to me. All done, Mum.
Oh, you finished, are you? You've emptied it. Oh, ta. Do you want to get the other snakes?
But it turns out that we weren't, so I ended up setting up another one again, just putting in some more water so that they could keep playing. So for us, water play is always a hit in our family, and plain water or just a drop or two of food dye. Another practical task he really loves doing is helping with the garbage bins. So full or empty, he likes to help bring them down to the curb. And some of his favourite songs, I haven't mentioned or shared my singing. It's not that wonderful, so it's a benefit for you guys. His Old MacDonald Had a Farm, Incy Wincy Spider, as well as Puff the Magic Dragon. That's his sleep song. And some of the books we've been reading before bed is Where is the Green Sheep? And That's Not My Bunny. Hope this was helpful, guys. I will leave my daughter's 18-month one and my son's 17-month activities. Thanks for watching. Bye.